Hello. I have just given you about 30 seconds of mood swings, and I would really be happy to know what did you think or what did you feel about the initial opening of this video when you looked at those home or living environments, that were just right there. And so today, I've been thinking about something because in many different ways, we have what we call mood swings, and as human beings, we react differently to very many different things. And so that literally is what will be happening in the background throughout this entire video. Because I've been talking with a few friends and just looking at things and saying that why do we do what we do? And so, my big question is, how do you feel, react, and respond to things, events, and activities that your mind perceives as beautiful, amazing, attractive, epic, you know, and wonderful, awesome, and desirable? When you look at things around you, whether it is ornamental or whether it's cars and drives, you know, environment. And so today I really want to focus on homes, houses, engineering, architectural, epic moves, and all that kind of stuff. Because when you leave in the morning and you go out and do whatever you do, whether it's an 8 to 5 or you're in the farm, wherever it is that you go to, in the evening you're tired, exhausted, you've gone through dramatic experience and episodes or whatever it is, you go back home. So how does it feel when you open that door, or even when you think about going back to your neighborhood? Are you traumatized or are you excited? Is it somewhere that is going to get you to relax, to unwind, to detox, and to enjoy the evening and the night? And so, this is the big question that I want to be able to deal with today and connect it with ambition, with vision, with purpose, and what drives you even as you move on to the next level. So, from the question that I asked, when your eyes see things, do you get excited? Do you see hope? Do you get inspired to want to do what you're doing even more? Or are you more in anger, resignation, pain? Are you feeling distraught? Are you fighting? Are you in anxiety? Or are you even depressed? That, my friends, is a big question. And so today, this issue of living environment and how you pursue the places that you go back to resign impact and affects your life. And that is what I'm excited about. So welcome back to the channel as we talk about personal development, mental development, ambition, purpose, and all matters that makes you become the person who you must become. I'm excited to have all of us here, and I pray that as this goes on, your moods are gonna get better, your ambition will be chided, and you will be out of this place working towards your great feel good motive. This is what you're doing. Welcome. Thank you so much. Let's go. Yes. And so, how is your environment influencing, impacting, or engineering your future? Is where you stay challenging you to constantly become better, or at some point we just need to be comfortable with what we have and say this is where you find your peace? Does good things inspire you to do greater things? Do amazing feelings inspire you or push or challenge you to become better every single day? And we're going to be asking the question, what is a life of ambition, and looking at that at some point. Is it that people have wealth standards? Is it that they continue to grow, to challenge themselves, to want to receive a lot of things? Or why is anybody living the way they're living? And so the question is too, are you aware of where you are at the moment, so that you can become intentional about where you want to be at a certain time? Because obviously, I am not oblivious to the idea that everybody has to start somewhere. There are those who are lucky to be born in affluence, abundance, and opulence, and that is true. Good for them if that is how their foundation was set up. But then there's other people who have to literally build their lives from scratch. Times have been tough, things have been difficult, the path has been challenging and full of obstacles, and they have to literally build themselves from scratch. And so that will take time, that will take work, that will take effort, that will take intentional fight to be able to get there. But then today, that is what I want to focus on. That are there people who literally have to start from scratch and make themselves a success? What do you do to be able to get there? Because there is a connection to do with feeling good about something that drives you to want to achieve it. Because otherwise, if we didn't have this, then life would really be so casual, life would be so minimal, there would be nothing to do. Because why then do you want to raise your standards from one level to another? And that's what we are talking about today. And so my focus today would be on what we call hormones. How do you get excited about certain things? And you see the hormonal issues in our body, which so far have been discovered to be about 50 hormones in total, all working from different parts of the gland, from the pancreas to the lung, heart, and kidneys. There are different ways the pituitary gland up in the brain that works for different purposes. But my focus today would be on what we call feel good or happiness hormones. So within that space where we are talking about the chemical messaging of how hormones move to different parts through the blood and they get to the gland that they need to get to and communicate the message they need to get to, then these are the stuff that gives you a drive. They give you either a fight or a flight. They put you into multitasking mode. They give you the influence and the motivation to want to achieve something. And different hormones are produced based on different things. So today, when you look at good things, when you look at fine living, when you look at urban classics, is this a chase after the wind, or these are growth factors that inspire you to want to do better for yourself and for those who are around you? And so, some of these things we look at is this. Consider dopamine. Dopamine is a feel-good happiness reward hormone, and it's produced based on many different circumstances. When we look at serotonin, again, moods, happiness, high self-esteem, that also goes in there. Look at oxytocin. Oxytocin has to do with love, cuddling, sex. Yes, most of these hormones, they run around about relationships and things. But now today, we are looking at how we focus on them and your success, the environment and the area around you. Endorphins. Endorphins are more of painkillers, stress relief. And if you've heard of people having a runner's high, it's a moment when the runner goes out of their way because they're energetic, they are flamboyant, they are strong, and they're just determined to want to win. Let us look at melatonin. Again, anti-aging, and you see it brings in all this resting and all that kind of stuff. And finally, the most amazing, adrenaline. Adrenaline is about fight or flight, but it stimulates the brain and manages how the heartbeats happen so that you get energy to do the right thing. So I have mentioned a number of feel good, happiness, self-esteem, high drive hormones that come in with a great environment. And so this is what I'm looking at when I'm talking about ambition. So we go back to our question on ambition. If you look at the lifestyles that people lead, who do you think desires the other person's life? Once you've made a step higher, do you want to go back lower? Once you've moved to a new environment, do you want anything to take you back to where you came from? Definitely, it's a big no. And depending on where people are, everybody looks at their last step as a growth. And once you have raised your bar, you don't want to lower it again. And so there's a lot of stuff that comes with exposure, relevance, communication, and impact of the people you associate with. And so, having looked at what the hormonal system in the body does, how do you want your hormones to help power you into your great life? Because remember, there is wealth, opulence, fine living, standards, or are they even just modes of self actualization? And so the big question we go back to is, were you born to thrive or to survive? How do you push back fear and take control of your life and move towards the direction you want to move towards? And this is what brings me back to my big question. What exactly is ambition? Have we been hit so hard by life's challenges that we no longer see the purpose to be ambitious? Or why do you wake up? What drives you? What moves you every single day as a person? You must have a burning desire for fine living. You must have a burning desire to create an environment around yourself that inspires you to become the best version of yourself. And this is all available thanks to technology. So, when we are talking about ambition, people can choose minimalism. But why do you choose minimalism? Is it after you've gone through the life's experiences and you realize that all these things are vanity and you just want happiness? Or has poverty and lack of abundance, deprivation, what has made you choose that life? Well, all I can say is life is made up of dreams. Any single day when you wake up, when you go to school, when you meet the people you want to meet, when you look for a job, when you start a business, when you go in as an entrepreneur, all this is inspired by an ambition. And that ambition has to be driven by something. And so today, this is the topic that I wanted to delve in, just to ask, how do you inspire yourself to go to success? What do you look at as opulence and what do you look at as lavish lifestyle? How does it make you feel? Do you get excited to also want to build your growth steps and start your journey to greatness? Or does this bring you down? Do you get depressed? Do you get angry? Again, do you resign? Or do you go out there to want to achieve and achieve big? Yes, everything is about a process. Nothing comes in overnight, but what drives you? Because the initial step for you to go into success is to find the why. As Simon Sinek said, always identify your why. And you've got to push yourself. You've got to get out of your comfort zone. Something has to challenge you so that when you say challenge accepted, some mental image has to be in your mind. And that mental image is what you create out of perception, out of things that you see. So changing your environment, changing your mindset, shifting your ideologies is all about taking the giant leap and moving on towards that success that we desire. And so today, that's what I wanted to just really be able to bring up in a very short way, to say that let's activate our hormonal challenge so that you release that dopamine, you go into that adrenaline rush, you want to love and have great stuff. This can only happen when your ambition is set on a straight path. And so, is it homes or hormones? Are you want to thrive or do you want to survive? It's all up to you. But all that I'm saying is life is made up of fine living. If you want fine things, you've got to shift and change towards that direction. Gravitate towards what is amazing. Get it into your mind, go out there and work towards it. Your environment determines how all this happens. And so every single day, it's about coming from one level of life to the next level of life. When you evaluate your steps, then you will realize that good things have a way of giving you health, peace, comfort, and happiness. It all begins with you. It's not about material things, I do agree. But trust me, a great environment is a place for great health. And this is what you want to be part of. So thank you so much. Let me know what you thought about today's video, because whether you chose minimalism or you want to go into a great fine living, it's all your choice. Security, happiness, peace, serenity, this is what we are talking about. Others will do it. Will you be part of them or not? Subscribe, like, share, comment. Let's meet in the next video.